Hey my you gals and my you dudes, I'm StevenTocher, and today I want to talk about knots. Now I'm not talking about knots like in a shipyard or knots in the army. I'm talking about those knots in your stomach. Those knots that you get when you're about to approach something or someone that you've wanted to for a long time. Or that knot in your stomach that you feel when you're about to do some public speaking and you're not too keen on the mic. And or that knot that you get when you're going to work. Well, for about 12 years I had that knot in my stomach, and I was always having those things inside of me pulling it. It felt like it was tying me down. It was like ripping my body apart, and I didn't want that feeling anymore. Now granted, I'm blessed to be in a position where I can actually go out and try this, but it's not like it's easy for me. This is like a make or break project for me. If it doesn't do well, I have to go back to those situations where the knots were so encompassing. They just, like I said before, it felt like it was just tearing my insides apart. I hated those knots. I was out with a friend for coffee the other night, and there was a slight knot that kind of like was like on the lining of my stomach, and I felt inside, I was telling my friend, I'm like, man, this is a really awkward feeling, but it's a feeling that's so much better than when I was going to bed on Sunday and I hated the job I was going to on Monday and I'd be working for the weekend. If you have the opportunity to get out of that grind and you have something lined up, I implore you, go out and try it, give it a shot. If you started up a company or you're doing a job where there's just the outside lining, it's usually a normal feeling. I've talked to a lot of independent people and they have those feelings too. And the times when those knots really start to go away is when you get into your craft, you start making money, and even if you, as an artist in particular, don't know, or a contract worker, don't know where your next contract is coming from, it's going to get less and less over time. I just want to give you that word of strength or advice, especially if you're a person who's on the verge of doing something or on the verge of almost collapsing. If you really feel it deep down inside, that there's a fire inside of you and there's just that little irk, that little feeling that's not there, just bust through that feeling and you'll probably do something really good. Have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus, pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.